Hello, everyone. Hope you got a good lunch. And we can start and resume our presentations. Okay, my name is Uldis. I'm from MikroTik. And I will be presenting you a presentation about new routerless wireless features and also about our LTE features that we have. So here's our main three topics. The first one will be talk about router board WAP. Then the next topic will be new wireless package. And the last one part will be LTE interface and our new WAP LTE kit that I have here. Okay, let's begin. So hopefully everyone who is familiar with MikroTik products already knows WAP or wall access point. If not, here you can see the size of like this. So wall access point. It comes in two colors, black or white. So you can always decide which color is more preferred for you. So we'll talk about features, where to use it. So what kind of features does this access point has? So main features has two wireless chain radio, so 2.4 gigahertz. It has a jack and PoE option, so you can power it with both. You can choose depending on your setup. Also, it has a very wide input power rating from 11 to 57 volts. So it's very customizable. It has very low power consumption, so you can put it on mobile applications as well. And it could work in very high operating temperatures. And of course, it's suitable for indoors and of course outdoors, as it has a waterproof case design. So here, more detailed specification. We have fast CPU 650 MHz. We have 64 MB of RAM and 16 MB of flash for upgrading of routers or simple configuration storage. And as in previous slide, I told you it has a two-chain wireless, 802.11 BGN, and it has built-in 2 dBi gain antennas for omni coverage. And it has a 10100 megabit Ethernet connector for connecting to your switch or PoE switch, and wide voltage support from 11 till 57 volts. And consumption is only up to 4 watts, so you can put it on a mobile application from a battery or from solar applications as well. And as you can see, the operating temperatures, it has very wide operating temperatures, starting from -40 to up to +70 degrees. So very high in industrial grade temperatures. And you can also see the dimensions, so you can just see that by yourself. So where can we use our wall access point? We can use it on the ceiling, since it has a special place where you can run out a cable. Like on this, you can see you can take this part off when you run the cable, just like on the picture. So you can mount it on the ceiling, and you can make it as a ceiling access point. So it has all the necessary accessories to put and mount it on the ceiling. And of course, it has all the necessary things for mounting it on the wall, so you can also mount it on the wall. Since it has a drill template, you can have a drill template to the wall, drill the screws, and attach it to the wall. Everything is included, so no need, just a screwdriver maybe. And of course, we have our new WAP AC. It has a upgraded WAP board. It has now faster CPU, so 720 MHz CPU. And you can see it has two wireless interface. It has 2.4 GHz interface, and also it has 5 GHz interface with AC capabilities. And it has 2 dBi. antennas, 2 chains for 2.4 GHz and 3 for 5 GHz. And of course, for 5 GHz AC product, you also need fast Ethernet. So we have a gigabit Ethernet connection and the same voltage support from 11 to 57 volts. But the power consumption is a little bit higher, up to 12 volts, since it has 2 high-power wireless interfaces. And due to that, the operating temperatures are a little bit lower, so up to plus 50 degrees, but still it's very high. And the size is the same, so it will be very hard to recognize if it's a regular or AC version. So our next part will be about new wireless package, or previously called wireless repeater package. So what is our new wireless package? Here you can see all the new features that's added in the new wireless package. So like repeater setup, background scan, virtual wireless interfaces, WPS client, new wireless scan features, like scan list feature, station roaming, GN support, and some features for the CAPSMAN added. So let's talk more detailed about each of these features. So first is our main feature, repeater setup. So we have now option to make an access point into a repeater by clicking one button. So what actually it will do, it will receive signal from your access point and then start a local virtual access point to get a little better coverage in your area. So it's actually repeating the signal from your access point to your access point. So the main feature for that is to extend the wireless coverage. If it's maybe not enough in your one corner, you can put the AP in the middle and you will get the coverage there. All with the same wireless interface. No need for 2 wireless interfaces. So here's more detailed what exactly that command does. So first, it configures the wireless interface to connect to your uplink access point. Then it creates virtual interface, virtual access point interface. Then it creates a bridge interface. And the last part, it puts both main and virtual interfaces into the bridge, so it will be like a transparent bridge. Next new feature is background scan. The only limitation is for that is working only on 8.2.11 protocol only. What you can do with the background scan, when you have connection to the access point, you can, in the same time, do background scan without interrupting your traffic, maybe your YouTube download or some other traffic, download traffic. You can do the background scan to check for other access points near you, check maybe there's better connection. Also, you can do that on your remote locations. You can log into your router and do background scan. But there's some few conditions that needs to be taken when it's working. So the wireless interface should be enabled. You cannot use background scan when the interface is disabled. And for the access point, it will be doing the background scan only on that channel, that frequency where the access point is working. And for station mode, if the interface in station mode, it will only work when the station interface will be connected to the access point. And of course, this feature is also supported for virtual access points. But it will be only working on this channel where the master interface is running. So you already saw in the previous slide, I was talking about virtual interfaces. So now we have virtual wireless interfaces. We had virtual AP for a long time. Now we can also have virtual client. But it also works only for 8.2.11 protocol. So it means you can now create virtual access point and virtual client interface on the same physical interface. Also, you can have multiple wireless interfaces. multiple access points or multiple clients. And as well as the background scan is also supported on the virtual interfaces. But only it will work on the same channel where the master interface is working. Also, we have a new WPS client support. For example, if you want to use your access point to connect some other brand access points that has VPS support, or you have MikroTik access points that has VPS server running, and you don't remember the password, Wi-Fi password, you can use this VPS client button. So by enabling this, it will start looking for the VPS server, and you can just need to go to your router and press this VPS button, and our router will get all the information and configure it. And some additional features for the scan. So I already told you about background scan. So we have now two more features for the scan. It's called scan to file. So we have a lot of requests from previously that you would like to see the results from your remote location, what access points you can see also from the remote locations. Previously it wasn't possible. Now you can do those scans and save it in the comma-separated value file and process them later. Also, you can do it in background scan. And to make it more like readable, we have added also round setting. So now you can do a round, how many times you want to do the scan, perform like 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times. Then it will go through whole scan list entry, save that result, and using the first scan to file, you can save that results into the file, or just show it on the screen. Also, it's supported with the background scan, so you can also connect to your remote locations, perform this scan to file and scan round setting, and do, for example, periodic scans each day or each night at a specific time, and then you can compare the results if you see some near access point operating or some competitor's access point new placed there. Also, we have added a scan list step feature. Sometimes if you're managing like multiple frequency access points, sometimes you want to use specific scan list entries, but sometimes in Winbox it looks very maybe not so good looking, so you need to see good and very good overview what scan list you are using. So now you can use this scan list entry, just like, for example, we have scan list starting from 5500 to 5700. Previously, we had to use all this long entry in the console. Also in the Winbox, it will not look so good. So now you can replace this whole long entry with this small entry. You just specify the range, start range, end range, and the step with how many megahertz it will be, like 5 megahertz, 10, 20, it's up to you. Then we have also added station roaming support. It's only for 802.11 protocol. So now if you're planning to put like our access points or like clients into some mobile clients, for example, cars or carts or like some robots in a warehouse that moves around and wants to roam between access points to get the best signal. Now it is possible in the routers. You can get almost seamless roaming with this. So what it actually does when it connects to access point, it starts to do periodic background scans for looking a better access point. So we have also a special dynamic algorithm, how often this periodic scan should be done. So for example, the interval between the scans becomes shorter when the signal becomes worse. So as it needs to look for a better access point. But if the signal is very good, it will do the background scan less often. And when the better IP is found, it disconnects from the current one and connects to the new one. also a new setting, band setting, GN band setting. We had a lot of requests from our clients that they want to disable the legacy B clients, as they sometimes disturbs or lowers the performance of the whole access point. So now we have added the GN band settings for the regular wireless interface and as well for CAPSMAN interface as well. So you can see now the GN settings, it also only supports basic rates for 6 to 54, also supported, and data rate support, and no B support. Also, we have some new CAPSMAN settings added in the new wireless package. You can now have a distance setting. Default is the indoors. We have added hardware retrace, protection mode, frame lifetime, and disconnect timeout. So now you can fine-tune your CAPSMAN system as you like it, depending on your location configuration. And if you want to go in more advanced option, we have also added CAPSMAN rate supports. If you think your GN setting is not enough, you can do the custom data rate configurations. So you can see all the settings that you have for regular wireless interface. It's now also added to the CAPSMAN. So you can specify for each cap a different rate settings. Also, there are some changes in the version 6.37 and newer versions that we have improved the DFS mode setting. So we have redesigned the DFS configuration so that there is no need for DFS mode setting. So now by default, the DFS mode setting is set to radar detect. But it doesn't mean that it will start detecting radar, for example, in 2.4 gigahertz or lower 5 gigahertz range. So if you select a frequency that is in the DFS frequency range, before operating in that frequency, it will do a radar detect. After it checks if there is no radar, it starts operating in that frequency. If it detects a radar, it will choose another frequency from the same range that the country supports, and also perform radar if necessary, radar detect if necessary. But if you select a frequency that is not in the DFS range, it will just start operating right away without doing the radar detect. So we simplified your configuration. Also, starting from version 6.37, we have only one wireless package. Previously, we had like almost 3 wireless packages, or maybe 4. So now we have only one wireless package, just wireless. Previously, it was wireless rep or wireless repeater. So on starting from version 6.37, it's only wireless. So upgrading from older versions, if you had a bundle package, you upgrade to this version, you will be automatically upgraded to this new wireless package in the bundle. Or if you're using individual packages, also if you upload the wireless package, it will upgrade your existing wireless package to the new one. There's one note that we have released 6.37.1, as there was some few cases where the wireless package was not enabled. And to address those issues, we released 6.37.1. So if you check for updates, you will see that package, that version. And let's talk a little about LTE interface. So what features we do support in RotorOS? We support 2 kinds of LTE emulations. First one is PPP emulation, and second was Ethernet emulation. Sometimes if you request support for new modem, usually we were able to add only PPP support, as it's very hard to support every kind of modem on the world that is released, because the driver is different and sometimes they're conflicting. So usually we can easily add PPP emulation, but it has the limitations. You can get speeds up to 25 megabits usually. With the Ethernet emulation, there's no such speed limit. So if you're checking our supported modem list, you can check which option is supported. Also, to see the configuration for the Ethernet emulation interface, you should go to the Interface LTE section. Also, on the Ethernet emulation side, there is two kind of LTE modems. There's where the LTE configuration is located. One from that is a web interface, another is direct. So what does it mean, web interface? Sometimes, usually in like Huawei modems or maybe like some others as well, there's options that you add a DHCP client on the LTE interface, you get an IP address, but nothing works. So that's why you need to check the IP address of the DHCP server, of the gateway address, and open the browser and enter that gateway address in the browser. And you will get a modem configuration page where you can specify the APN, PIN, or some other settings for the modem, or even see or enable or disable modem connection. And more option is like for other modems like direct configurations that is added in the routers in the LTE interface menu. So each time when you try to use a new modem, just check in the MikroTik forum or wiki page what kind of configuration option it has. Also, there is two options how to get the IP address from the LTE interface and the default gateway and DNS settings. So mostly on the LTE interface, you need to add the DHCP client on the LTE interface. And then you can specify the default gateway or not to use DNS servers from the LTE. But there's also a few modems, for example, like our S60 LTE, that gets the IP address and default configuration directly from the LTE interface. And there is no need to add the DHCP client on that interface. So that configuration is located into Interface LTE section. Also, our S60 LTE supports IPv6 on the LTE interface. So if some provider provides the IPv6 address, you can try to get this board. Also, starting from version 6.37, we have added SMS support for the LTE interfaces. When we started to add LTE interface support, at the beginning we didn't have this feature, so now finally we have added that. So you can now do some scripting or receive SMS or send SMS from the modem. So you can do some custom scripts, API, or like get connection information or information from your provider. But there is limitations or requirements. So sending and receiving SMS messages on the LTE interface will be only available when the LTE interface is connected, so running state. So if the modem is not connected, you will not be able to send a message or receive it. And the SMS tool supports only GSM 7 encoding for SMS messages. So you will not be able to use some emoji or some kind of other. And our last part in this presentation, our new WAP LTE kit. Here you can see our first prototype already. So what exactly it is? So it consists of 3 parts. First one is a WAP or new WAP board with a case. Second part is a mini PC Express LTE modem card inside it. And it has also LTE antennas inside this case. So actually, it's all included. So you just need your SIM card from your provider, and you can power it on and get connection to the internet. So here you can see our new WAP board picture. You can see it still has a Wi-Fi interface, and it has a mini PC Express slot where you can put your wireless card or LTE modem. So features are similar to regular WAP board. It has 2-chain wireless radio, 2.4 GHz. It has mini PC Express slot for wireless radio or LTE modem. Of course, SIM slot for LTE modem, as you need it to connection. integrated antennas for LTE interface. And it has multiple power options. It has jack, PoE, and 4-pin automotive power option. So where you can like put it in mobile devices, like mobile like cars or ships or buses. Only limitation supports passive PoE, so it doesn't support higher voltages. But still it has low power consumption. It can work in high operating temperatures, like a regular WAP boards. And of course, it's suitable for indoor, outdoor, or mobile operations. And just like our previous regular WAP board, it's also waterproof case design. Specification says also, like regular WAP board, so difference is it has one mini PCX per slot for wireless or LTE. And it has gain from 2 till 4.5 dBi for LTE antennas, omnidirectional antennas. And as I told you about, it supports only passive PoE, so voltage support only from 11 to 30 volts, and consumption up to 7 watts. And of course, usage cases like mobile, you can mount it on the ceiling in the car, bus, or train, just like regular WAP. It has like the same like breakout for cables. So everything will be included in this. Also, just like regular WAP, you can mount it on the wall. It all will come with all the necessary accessories for that. And the last usage case will be on the table. It will have a special plastic stand like this. You can easily take it off, like this, and put it back. So it will be also included in the package. So it's like for your home LTE, if you don't have a good internet access, or you have only like slow DSL access, and you have a like very low cost LTE connection available in your area, you will be able to get like such product. Availability of this will be 2017, beginning of the 2017, as well. Still looking for LTE modems. You can see what LTE modules will be supported here. As you can see, the last part is as a note that will offer different LTE modems, because not each region in the world supports all the LTE bands. So we'll have maybe a few options for like general, like maybe for America and Europe, or maybe Asia as well, as LTE bands are not always common in each of those places, and there's very hard or very expensive to make LTE models that's universal for the whole world. So if you would like to get support for specific LTE modems that you would like to place into this device, you can email to support@mikrotik.com. We will check if we can add support for that. And that's all for my presentation. If you have any questions about this board or availability or some different, you can come to my table or registration table. I will be able to answer your questions. Thank you. Also, it's 2 o'clock, and also we'll have a coffee outside, but we'll have a next presentation already in like 5 minutes. Yes.
The problem with this device is that in Hungary they use 80 megahertz for the LTE2.
You have like category 6 or category 9?
Not just this frequency.
I mean 800 megahertz?
Yes.
Band 20, yes?
And 2100?
Yes, it's band 1, like, yes, band, like same band like 3G, yes?
And
1700. What is that? Maybe he knows a band number for that.
Until our next presenter is setting up, there is coffee available in the exhibitor area, so you can go quickly drink some coffee, get some energy to wake up, and then come quickly back for the next presenter.
External, here's the place for SMA connectors, pigtails. So you have a pigtail to here,